there's obvious generational gaps. I mean, but that's the beauty of it. Like, I'm almost like, I feel like a kid again, being a parent. Because everything they do is kind of, it's like, it's new to them, but it's new to me. It revives this kind of curiosity, this childlike curiosity, this inquisition. Yeah. You know, like, that is a good question.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you got to be careful how you answer that thing. Me and Olive's thing is this. Me and Olive always made this thing where, like, you know what you cannot say to them is because I said so. That's the thing where, like, I'm going to call you out. If I hear you say to any of our kids because I said so, you lose. Yeah. You fucking lose. You owe me $5. Yeah. You have to give them a legitimate reason if they ask. And they're not just being mischievous. Like, why? On that Bart Simpson shit?
Yeah.
Bart, that's the age rep.
Wait, who?
But, Jesus. But to really just get him, I feel like just getting involved, and it's lazy if you cannot. And Ala called me out on that shit. I've been working a lot lately. I've picked up a second job because of our lull in our company, but it needs to be done. However, I need a second wind, and there is no excuse. You know what? And it goes back to what we were talking about earlier. Like, you got to strap the fuck in. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, for your kids, it's a second wind. If you can go to work for your family, you can definitely interact with your family. And you have to think about why you're working in the first place. I want to work so I can have this positive environment and interaction with my children. This is what I do it for. And I've been catching myself as of late, just fucking smiling on some weird shit at my kids, bro. Like, I just on some weird, like, just smiling and almost cry. And I don't know what the emotion is. It's like a happy cry, almost a tear.
Am I proud?
It's just like, bro, it's like, and then I get subtle reminders of who I am through them, some of their actions, and watching their own personality form. And it's, dude, I wouldn't trade this shit for the world. I've done a lot of fucked up stuff in my life. I should actually be dead a couple times already.
You know what? On that note, there's you would understand. I mean, yeah, any young male would understand the. Well, actually, that's a sort of question I ask myself. It's like, what is the ritual for us? If you were born in 2000 something, in 19 something, in 18 something, in 17 something, if you're born in the last 3 centuries, what is that ritual, that rite of passage that we experience, right? That high risk, like your life is on the line. Like, we ain't out here hunting a herd of buffalo where we could get
It's emotional suicide, you know bro. It's emotional. I think it's mental health. Fuckers, they go mental now. They go mental and they vice the fuck out. That's why in all of history, our mental illnesses is at the all-time high. Now, whoever's collecting this data, I get there might be some spin on this shit, but you can go out there. Even I deal with this. You know, I feel like everybody needs a fucking therapist, bro. You need to be able to talk to somebody that's outside of the scheme of your shit sometimes, just so you can dump.
You know what?
An emotional dump sometimes.
Even me, I've seen more ads. BetterHelp, just to name one, but like the idea of having that, instead of like seeing drug commercials on TV of like weird names and like that ain't even English type of, but you're also seeing a lot of this. Yeah. Call now, someone to talk to. You have your own personal therapist.
It's real.
And I was like, if this is being run, if there's some money, ad money behind this, I asked, is chicken or egg, right? Is there actually the demand for it? Yeah. Or are they trying to actually like create the demand? Like, there's a bit of both, but nevertheless, it's out there. Yeah. People are talking about it. I hear it, you know, and especially in the younger people, it's like mental health is at the forefront.
I mean, when I heard that kid, you know, he killed himself because of Facebook. People he doesn't even know personally. So what that did to me, that really hit me hard, man. I think it was like 10 years ago, something like that, when that little boy, he had to be like 12, was bullied. And you would think that you would go to the bully people, like, don't bully people. But here's the thing. That's not, people. There's always going to be somebody that just wants to watch the fucking world burn. That's just how this fucker turns. However, you want to empower and strengthen and, you know, and let you, I mean, why was this kid's life so dedicated to the internet? How about that one? And I don't know if you're not going to be able to take the internet away. You're not going to be able to remove social media. But I still am trying to figure out what was so heavy for that 12-year-old that he put all of his eggs in one basket to all of the replies or whatnot on this interweb, and now he's hanging from a rope for his mother to find him. Like, what was so powerful, bro?
You know, I can't remember the exact quote, but it's something like, no matter what kind of pain it is, it's real. Something to that degree where it's like, it's so subjective that it's hard to, even, it doesn't matter how much of an empath you are. Right. Someone else's pain is their pain. And for us, sure, we could say that's different from us. A lot of it is unrelatable, straight up, because we did not have this kind of experience, even possible at that age. So there's that, but then it's also like, you just gotta respect.
And it's not to say that the kid was.
I'm not saying
was weak.
Disrespecting him.
The kid wasn't weak. I'm just like, I'm really wondering, like, in his mind, I'm really thinking, like, yo, like, what triggered it? Was it one kid? Was it a girl that he liked? Was it somebody's profile? And then I think about it, like, so if that's always gonna be there, there's trolls are fucking tripling by the second. You feel me? Their entire mission to make you hang yourself. It's like, I want to see if you'll kill yourself, bro.
There is that. There is that. That's a real thing where people try and push other people over the edge. If they sense weakness, vulnerability, it's like, oh, I can push this one over the edge. And that's just like, there's always a person who's trying to fuck shit up, right? Yeah. And what tools are available? And so now it's like, I could push this person over the edge 24/7, right? Like, that to me that's scary.
But what makes you want to go back to get pushed? So now, and mentally, I'm thinking, okay, so the first time you stepped onto to the stage on the platform, and you put something out there, and people are just chewing your shit, they're just fucking your shit up, and you turn the computer off. That was fucked. I'm gonna go back, right? So he's like, okay, so I'm thinking, okay, we can't remove the internet, but what can we do? We can give not an alternative means, but we can give you a backpack of tools to use while you're out there. So come over here, and we're gonna let you know. Let's give you your confidence up. Let's teach you what that person might actually be doing on their end. You don't know what they're doing on their end. They could be getting beat by their father, and now they want to take it out on you. And instead of killing themselves, they want to see you kill yourself. You know what I mean? It could be some weird ass Black Mirror shit. You know what I mean?
Hurt people.
Yeah, misery loves company.
They're probably hurt, right? And you know what? I mean, it sounds like that's kind of the blueprint to this retreat. I mean, it sounds like a big part. Yeah. I mean, if people come in there and they're experience this kind of pain, this could be part of that.
It's a tool bag, dude. We just want to give you a toolkit. We're not here to cure you. Because, I feel like curing mentally is really kind of on you. Because you can only lead a horse, right? Like we can only show you a door. Everybody's personal, spiritual, and mental growth really is inside of them. If I can say I recognize the pain that you're going through, and there's a multitude of people around our staff or whatever that's going to say, I recognize that. Mm-hmm. But obviously we all have our own fingerprints. So yours is going to be a little bit different. But let's find out about you. So who are you? What is this? Bang, you found yourself. We're going to crack at the shit so you can start believing in yourself, so that when you go to a place where you expose who you are, you're a little bit more confident. You have a little bit more belief in you, and you're not dependent on unseens to determine your value.
Hey, I don't know if it's already a part of your plan, but if not, consider it. I was just reading, every night I put the girls to sleep. We read a book. They each pick a book, right? Mm-hmm. And one of the books we read last night was a story like this. And every time I'm reading, not every time, but a lot of times I'm reading a children's book, I'm like, this is actually the OG when it comes to this kind of toolkit. Because every book is essentially offering a tool. Right? Like, what does the main character go through? In this case, it's like he started dancing and his friends teased him because he was the only one dancing like that. But then he went to his grandpa, and his grandpa was like, you like dancing? I do too. And then he started dancing all different ways. He got better. And then he went back to school, and then the kids were like, damn, you can dance. And he was celebrated. Right. And I'm like, that in a nutshell. Right?
But you interact with your babies though, right? You like talk about what does this mean to you? Like I'm guaranteed there are a lot of parents that it's just it's assigned homework. So we're just gonna blaze through this bitch while Netflix is on.
You don't even need to finish that page.
Blah, blah, blah. No, don't point at that picture. Fuck that picture. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's absolutely important that as parents, we're like, what does that mean to you? And I'm guilty. Don't get me wrong. There have been times when I'm tired. I'm just like.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. No, but I have gotten a lot better at the follow-up questions. And actually, it's an age thing too. And each child is different, right? The questions that you can ask them is different. I know now a little bit better what questions to ask the older one and what questions to ask the younger one. And there's only a, kind of like me and my brothers, an 18-month gap. But I know I can ask the older one questions about motives.
Right.
Questions about feelings.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Not your feeling, but what is that person feeling?
Absolutely.
What did Grandpa think?
It's so important,
when he
bro.
started teaching this little bunny how to dance. Like,
it's so important.
What would you say?
Bro.
Has this happened to you?
So important.
You know what I mean? And so
important.
I've gotten, and you know what? I take that elsewhere. If we listen to a song, if we're at the store and like we see something happen at the register, somebody like, you know, I try and get them as much of these experience. Like, okay, you wanted that? All right, you hand it to Auntie, right? She's at the register, right? And then if she says something that you didn't understand, then we kind of break that down later.
Right.
So it's like,
but dude, you're involved, and that's the problem. Look, dude. Okay, and here's there is a lot of, I think with, and I can only speak for fathers. Al always tells me her number one quote. I swear, I wish I got paid a nickel every time. As a mother, a mother, right? So. I can only say as a father, you know, or as a parent, you know, or as a mentor or something, you know, anything adoptive. You're taking over a young person's life. You cannot quit, bro. Like you can't. You got to do whatever is necessary. And I come from a split family. We are raising a split family where our exes are involved, and I think it's when me and Allah are talking about, you know, our exes and things like that. We're first confident in each other, right? We're like, look, we love each other. Now we're talking about these babies that are going through something that we went through, and we told ourselves we would never put our babies through it, but here we are going through the same thing. The importance is to include the other parents too. The communication should be open, but there needs to be respect on all sides. And then that's a very hard thing, and it's unfortunate though that you can have a lot of grown individuals and things like that. And I'm not pointing any fingers because I'm definitely guilty and things like that. It goes beyond even my situation. I'm talking about the responsibility of all adults that are involved in a child's life, that if this child has wide-eyed you at any time, that's it, bro. If you saw any, if you don't even have kids, some kid has open-eyed you like, you're doing, that's it. You are now with them hip to hip for the rest of their fucking life. That is what we're built for. We are here, vice regents of this planet. We curate the earth, and we reproduce, and we build legacy, and we represent our creator. And we respect each other.